With this exhibit, I'm really interested in exploring and understanding how and why humans and animals interact. It stemmed from an experience I had in Africa in 2010. I was at a lion breeding center, and I had the unique experience of actually holding and interacting with several different lions. And then on the other day, I was at an elephant sanctuary, and I was really struck by the difference between that experience and the lions, because the lion breeding center was something that wasn't based on conservation. They were breeding the animals, and then they were hand-raised by humans, and they would never be in the wild. Whereas the elephant sanctuary was a place where they rehabilitated elephants, and then the idea was to release them back into the wild.
Whale. The orca whales.
Owl. Shells.
Seals, right?
Seals.
That's a hard one. Do you know the name of that kind of monkey?
No.
Orangutan. Isn't that a wonderful sound?
Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Dog.
Huh?
Rhinoceros.
Very good. I'm not sure what that one is.
So one of the things that I do with my art is I really like to ask questions. Generally, it's usually sparked by something that I can't understand or figure out. So for example, I just feel like our relationship with wildlife is really changing as our environment changes. And I really wanted to explore and understand that for myself. I don't ever want my work, be it photography or whatever medium, to answer questions. I actually want it to spark conversation, provoke thought. So that's what I'm hoping this does, is not only do we have sort of this innate curiosity. I find kids specifically are very interested in animals. I want to take that innate curiosity and see how we might actually turn that into conservation. But it's really about asking that question, and so that's what I hope this exhibit explores. Well, my artistic start happened in Wellesley, Massachusetts. I grew up here, and I took photography classes in high school, and then I went on to produce and direct my first play as my senior project. So I did that, and then I went on to study filmmaking at NYU, and I was working with this incredible professor, and she sort of taught me that if you're going to be an artist, a photographer, a filmmaker, or whatever, you really need to experience life. And I took her advice and I left New York City, and I traveled the country for about 5 years. And during that time I was working with AmeriCorps NCCC, which was really great. And I was continuing to write and develop my photography skills. And then in 2007 I started my business. I started my professional photography business, Blackall Photography. And I work primarily with businesses, nonprofits, and families, which has been really great. And in 2010, I expanded my business, and now I work doing environmental work as well. So I do videos and environmental photography, more photojournalism. I have two websites because I have two sides of my business. You can find my portraiture, business, and nonprofit photography at melissablackallphotography.com, and you can see more of my environmental work at melissablackall.com. I also have a blog that is dedicated specifically to this topic, animals and humans, and that's called Wild Links, and that's on my melissablackall.com website.